We had the safest border in the history of our country 1 year ago, and today we have the worst border in the history of our country. So it's time to save our own nation from the people who are trying to destroy it. Under Biden, Pelosi, and the radical Democrats, we're losing our country no different than if we had lost it in a war. If we had lost it in a war. You know, we have hundreds of thousands of people dying to drugs that come over the southern border now. We did a tremendous job on the southern border. We had the best numbers we've ever had, and we've had the best drug numbers. We stopped drugs at a level that nobody had ever seen before. And now they're coming in at a level that nobody has ever seen. When you have open borders, nobody's ever seen anything like it before. Millions of illegal aliens are rushing across our borders from all over the world. Criminals, gang members, drug traffickers, human smugglers, and people on terrorist watch lists are stampeding right into our country. The Biden administration has spent months and months obsessing over how to stop an invasion of a foreign country. I believe Americans deserve a president who will stop the invasion into our country. And for all the talk about violent conflict in Eastern Europe, and it's a terrible thing, and we're going to help, and we're going to do whatever we can, because nobody can look at the bloodshed much longer, what's happening. It's a lack of respect for a lot of people, a lot of things, but it's just a total lack of respect. And it happens to be a man that is just driven. He's driven to put it together, and you look at it, and it's just so ridiculous and so senseless and so horrible. And I say it again, and I'll say it again and again. It should have never happened. If he respected our president, it would have never, ever happened. But no one ever mentions the bloody and horrific war raging just across our border. They don't mention that the drug wars have killed hundreds of thousands of people throughout Latin America, and hundreds of thousands of people in our country, massacring innocent people, murdering judges and journalists, torturing and slaughtering hostages, and burying victims in mass graves. Mass graves. Now Joe Biden has thrown the gates open to these murderous cartels and thugs and bloodthirsty criminal gangs to flood into our country. Every day, the radical Democrats' open border policies are getting innocent Americans killed. We have Brandon Judd here. He's an incredible guy, and Tom Homan, who's an incredible. Tom Homan is central casting. That's the kind of guy they don't want to see. They don't want to see Brandon Judd. Where's Brandon Judd? What a job he does. Head of Border Patrol. What a job you do. And your people at ICE are incredible. These are brilliant, brave patriots. I wouldn't want their job, Brandon. I wouldn't want your job. You know, ICE will go into a pack. MS-13, probably the worst gangs are MS-13, but ICE will go up to them. They break into our country, and they'll charge them. They kill people. They like using knives rather than guns because it's more painful. They actually use knives to cut people up because it's more painful. ICE goes in there, then they just attack them, and they take them away, and they bring them out. They dump them the hell out of our country. And the other countries from where they came, they now take them. They didn't used to take them. I said, why aren't they taking them? They said, sir, they just won't take them back. They don't want them to take them back. I said, how much money does the United States give to those countries? And they said, sir, about $742 million. Okay, stop it. As of now, we give them no money. The next day, I got a call from the president of those countries. Sir, we'd love to have our members of MS-13 back in our country. Took about 2 minutes, but this was going on for years. They wouldn't take them back. Now they take them back, but I think that's going to be lost probably. Probably by now, Brandon, that's gone down the tubes, just like everything else has gone down the tubes. Just last month, an illegal alien criminal was arrested in California, good old California, for horribly assaulting an officer. But under California's deadly sanctuary state law, the vicious criminal was released back into the community. Just 5 days later, he walked into a church and savagely murdered his 9, 10, and 13-year-old daughters and other people that happened to be in the church. We have dozens of countries emptying out their prisons into America. We're like a dumping ground for prisoners. And we're going to be living with this for many years to come. Remember what I said, including those flights from out of Afghanistan where people bum rushed the plane. And 97% of those people should not have been brought into our country. We're going to be paying a big price from what we took out and from the people that pour into our country for many years to come. You watch. You know, I made a lot of good predictions, and now saying Trump was right. I was right on the border. I was right on the pipeline. I was right on Germany. I said to Angela Merkel, I said, Angela, I'm sending you the white flag. She said, but why are you sending me the white flag? I said, it's called the flag of surrender, because you're getting your energy from Russia, and it's not good. Now, nobody knew it would happen this quickly, but who would have thought? To think that I shut the pipeline down and they opened it up immediately, it's just unthinkable. The open border left has turned our country into one giant sanctuary for dangerous criminal aliens. In the Republican Party, we believe that every inch of our country should be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not for criminals. If you want chaos, if you want crime, if you want carnage, you must immediately vote for radical Democrats, because they will give it to you. That's what they're doing. Look at every city that's run by the Democrats. If you want safety, security, and strength, vote for America First Republicans this November.